Geno Pettis Adventures. I'm still Geno, still my adventures. And I'd like to thank all you guys that have called me at area code 505-501-8889. Keep those cards and letters coming. Call me anytime. And some of you I haven't answered right away. That's probably because I was on the other line. I'll get back to you, don't worry. So remember, today's the first day of the rest of your life. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And I got a surprise for you. And I don't know if you recognize these two guys, but live and well in San Gil, Santander, we've got the cat lady and Mr. Bill. And they are smiling. Look, you know why they're smiling? It's because they're back. How you guys been?
Better since we got here.
How about you, Bill?
Hey, it's like joy. When you come back to Colombia, it's joy. It's an everyday life down here, and it rubs off on you.
Well, good. Well, give us a little rundown of the trials and tribulations since you guys left. What happened? What happened, Kat?
Well, we went back to Seattle, and that was kind of crazy. And then we went to Alaska, and we decided what we were going to do. And we decided we needed to go back to Colombia. So we closed up our cabin in the woods, and then we semi-closed up our place in Geno. And we had to spend some time there to take care of government issues like taxes and things like that. And we took care of all of that so we could come back to Colombia. And it's a good thing we did, because the food in America, once you eat down here, it's not the same back there.
And what about you, Bill? You're all healthy looking.
Yeah, well, you know, I went back, I thought I was healthy, and then we stopped in Seattle, and it was about 60 stitches in my head. They removed skin cancer, but that wasn't too bad. And then we were in Geno for a while, and then I found out I had a 10 millimeter spot on my lungs.
Oh.
And so we went down to Seattle, 12 days ago, and they removed the spot on my side.
Well, I heard you had a robot fix you up.
Yeah, a robot. And
can you stand up?
Yeah, I can. And the doctor said,
holy moly!
The doctor said, don't fly for 2 weeks because you're not supposed to. You could get pneumonia, your lungs collapse. And I got to thinking about my health, and I decided health-wise I would recoup a lot better in Colombia. So that was one of the big decisions, because of the food, the weather, the joy in people's lives. So we're back, and we're back to stay a while and work on our health. It's like a health farm down here.
Great.
Like a health farm. I know when I got back to Alaska, all my allergies and stuff flared up, and my face swelled up like a basketball. And
oh, I know. I spoke to you on that one video call, and you were puffed up like a little hamster, you know.
I know, and I've been down here less than a week, and it's kind of going away.
No, it went away. You're looking really good.
Yeah, it's just like a health farm here. You get the weather, the food, the fresh fruits and vegetables, and it's organic. It's amazing.
So how long you been since you climbed off the table?
Let's see, Tuesday will be 2 weeks. So I'm like 12 days off the table from my operation.
So you were off the table like 3 days. I think I spoke to you, and you guys were bailing to go to Panama.
Yes.
This man's incredible, I'll tell you. And I'm sure Kat was dragging his butt to the airport. But
I was actually, and then when we stayed at the Coral Suites in Panama City, and it was so hot and humid, and because it's that time of year. But Bill just pretty much slept for a couple of days, and we didn't do most of the things we did because we were just focused on getting down here. And once a week, I think on Thursdays, there's a direct flight to Bucaramanga out of Panama City, and it's only an hour and a half.
good.
So I mean, we spent like maybe $50 more, but it was well worth it. We didn't have to go through Bogota and do all of that.
So where you staying?
We're staying at the Geno Inn.
Oh, the Geno Inn, cool.
We had to give it a name, but we're back at the townhouse that we stayed in before, and we're really happy there because of the location. The location is phenomenal, and the price is really good for what we have. So we're really happy there. We were super excited to get it back.
Well, what I understand too, and I'm going to have to work on this one for me too, but Bill has figured out how to get TV in Colombia in English, and he's off to do that tomorrow. And that ought to be pretty interesting. I may be hanging out at his house watching movies. Anyway.
That was something I was wanting to say about the travel. And if you're a senior citizen at the airports in Colombia, you get to go ahead of the line. So that's a very nice perk, especially if you just been.
You mean to tell me, Bill and Cap, that us throwaway white-looking people don't get thrown away in Colombia?
No. They let you get on the plane. Regardless of your ticket, you can get on the plane first. When you go through immigrations, there's a special line for you. So there's this big long line at immigrations, and you get to go to the little short line, and they just let you go right through.
The elderly are respected down here.
Very much so.
Something that's been lost in other places.
Yeah, like other places like, where we used to live, right?
Exactly.
Okay, well, cool. Well, I made a video the other day and I got the fish farm, the $1 million fish farm. And by the end of that video, I was grinning so hard it was hurting my face. And you guys are right there with it. You got these grins on your face like, ooh boy, here we are. So welcome home, man.
Yeah.
Welcome home.
My grin hit my face as soon as I got off that plane. I was so happy to be here and get back into the Colombian life. It's amazing.
So you guys gonna work on your visas?
We are. Before we left the States, we got all the paperwork we thought we need, and we had it all notarized and apostolized.
Cool.
And we have all that with us, and now it's just a matter of finding an attorney and a accountant to help us with that. We're going to work on that. We have to go back up north in August, but then we're going to come back after we take care of some business. So I'm thinking of hanging on to the townhouse for that amount of time where we're gone, because it's not going to be that long.
Excellent, excellent. I'm sure that the owner of the townhouse will be happy to hear that.
And he's a really nice man.
Very nice.
Yeah. Well, you guys missed it too, because I helped him out the other day get all paid up and back in the townhouse, and Don Frey was being quite amicable. He's a pretty hard trader though, but that's okay. So what else can you tell me? What's your goal and what's your mission this time?
Our mission, well, originally we were going to come here and stay and then go down to Ecuador and look around and that kind of stuff, but I'm thinking more of hanging out and discovering Sand Hill a little bit more, and venturing out into the local areas and being here during the rainy season to make sure, is this where I really want to be? And I think that's important if you're planning on moving down here. Come here in the summer and come here in the winter, come here in the dry season and the rainy season, so you get a taste of both of it before you commit.
Oh, I know, it's just been extremely cold here. I mean, last night Maria and I had to get the blanket, the feather comforter out, because it got down to about 67.
Yeah, I know that we were laying on the sofa watching TV, and I had to go get my cotton blanket.
So that's good. So I actually threw a challenge out to you too, and this is for the rest of the channel. You're going to get to see this old guy go down the river with Kat in the same boat.
Yep.
She didn't think I'd do it, but here we will, and we will have a video to show about that also.
And Maria's going to go?
Oh yeah, she loves it.
Are you going to go?
I'm still in the men. I guess we'll just.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got to wait for Bill to mend or go before, so we give him an excuse not to go. But maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see.
And I'm going back to the Spanish school, so I can take, if they're going to teach English people how to teach Spanish, how to speak Spanish, I'm going to go talk to them in the next couple of days.
Awesome. Awesome. What else? Tell me. You guys got to be excited. I know you got here and you were excited to do all this stuff, and Bill's been taking naps. Imagine that. I mean, they only took out 20% of his freaking lung and got on the airplane 3 days later, and here they are 7-8 days later, whatever, or maybe a little longer. And anyway, we had a pre-birthday party this afternoon for Maria, and they brought a cake for her, and we had a little cake, and they had a little wine, and
We sang happy birthday in Spanish?
Yes. You did that, and you did that quite well. So, well, God, it's good to have you guys back.
And another thing I'm waiting for is for the organic market that comes to the fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for that to show up, and we're going to go buy our fruits and vegetables there. And then, because it's perfect for making green smoothies, and the Geno came with a blender, so we're really happy about that.
Cool. So yeah, and I mentioned that in my I'm back video that the food, I mean, this afternoon we had chicken breast and a salad and some rice and some fresh juice, and the chicken breast was probably the best piece of meat that I have eaten, I don't even know when. And Maria went up this morning and bought a whole chicken, came back, carved it up, made us chicken breast, and it was exemplary.
It was delicious.
If you are what you eat, Colombia is the place for longevity. There's no doubt about it.
No doubt about it. I know that when we got back to Alaska, the first time we were here, we actually cleaned out, we tried to eat what was in our freezer, the chicken and the beef, and it was so nasty we threw it away. We just couldn't.
In Alaska?
Yeah. I mean, we kept our deer meat and our salmon and our halibut, but the stuff we bought at the store, it was terrible after you eat such good food here.
That's the challenge. I mean, people, well, you know, it's like the old saying, you don't know what a steak tastes like if you've only been eating peanut butter. And I think everybody's eating steaks around here now these days, but at least chicken steaks, if that's the case. But, well, guys, you got anything else you'd like, any pearls of wisdom that you'd like to share with the crew?
Come down, hang out. Geno's really good about helping with that. He shows you around. He takes good care of you. I mean, he took such good care of us. We're back for round 2, so
Right.
it's excellent. And I was going to say something else and I forgot. Yeah, and you know, a best way to get a hold of him is to give him a call. I don't know his number, but he'll give it to you.
505-501-8889.
Yeah, and
Free number from the States.
yes, and he'll take good care of you like he did us. Like I said before, he picked us up at the airport, took us to the fruit market, brought us home to his house, gave us coffee, and found us places to stay. So it was flawless, absolutely flawless.
And we were trying to get our rent money. We were having to go to the ATM machine yesterday. It was
Yeah, give us that story.
Oh my God.
It was a zoo. We went to like 5 or 6 ATMs that wouldn't take our card, and we Geno finally found one, but it wouldn't give us a lot of money. We had to make several entries to get our money, and so we ended up, after we had converted, we paid too much rent for like 900 US.
It was 900 US, but by the time you take out the fees, but you know, Geno drove us to like 5 different ATMs. They wouldn't work, or had no money, or they were out of service. And then he found one more, and we hit it so much till our card turned us off. And but he helped us because I couldn't figure out how to get more than $150 out of it. But he figured it out and helped us with that. So that was amazing. We could pay our rent for 2 months.
And we should have had the camera on yesterday when we were paying the money, because we had all those Colombian pesos. It looked like a big crapshoot, and we were counting for 15 or 20 minutes to pay too much rent, and nobody had enough sense to cut the camera on.
And what you got to realize is they pay a little more rent than what you see on my other videos, but they do it simply due to the fact that, number one, it is furnished. It has dishes. It's like an Airbnb. Well, it actually was an Airbnb, and so they've got everything just like you're coming home. They even the owners even left the coffee. They left the coffee pot they bought, and when they came back, the coffee pot was still there. And so there you go. It's just a little more expensive, but it's for the convenience, close to the terminal, the bus terminal, close to a little store, close to the cabs, close to everything. It's worth a little extra money.
Across the street from the organic market, we're willing to pay that. And it also has a washing machine and a hot shower.
And it's very quiet at night, and the bird life is really good.
Oh, the birds are incredible. It's a big open field in front of it, and there's birds that just sing in the morning and in the evenings. And then my favorite thing is the cows that are in the field.
She's got a pet cow.
I have a pet cow. I've been watching this little tiny pet cow grow up, and it's just really fun.
Okay. Well, thanks for welcome back. Bienvenidos.
Thank you.
So there you go. They're back. They're happy. They're in their old digs. Came up and had lunch with Maria and I today, and we're enjoying life. Earlier today, I just got to tell you, I was sitting out on the steps with Maria, and she was having a wine, and we had some beautiful music playing in the background, and it was overcast a little, and you know, a tear came to my eye, and I turned to Maria and I said, you know, it doesn't get any better than this. And if it does, you're going to have to let me know where. So remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. If nothing changes, ain't nothing going to change. Call me. 505-501-8889. And thank all you guys and ladies, excuse me, that have already called. And I've missed a couple of calls. Don't worry, I'll get back to you. I got your number. And we'll see you on the flip side. God bless.